Okay, you guys, hello. Here we are live. I have not been doing lives in week. So this has been kind of fun, and it'll be fun to see how many people hop on, not really knowing that this is my usual, not a usual go time, let's say that. All right, so one thing I want to mention, the final days of celebration are here and the countdown is on. As we all know, the dainty flowers, or you may not know, sold out. No more. All gone. So that means we have everything else in the catalog or the brochure, along with the join option. So there's just one more week. The 28th is the last day of celebration. There will not be another celebration this year. There's only one, remember? And the other thing I should mention is that Stampin' Up! Added 10 more products, 9 at the level 1 or the $50 with purchase, and then 1, which is the Eden's Garden bundle, which is free with, I shouldn't say free, you earn it with a $100 product purchase. So just keep those in mind. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'm happy to help, okay? So I should go back and just back up a little bit. I am Brenda Hillard. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I can be found in North Central Minnesota. So that means nothing. I can help you wherever you are in the continental United States. And I'm going to be asking if you've thought about joining. Now is, I mean, seriously, this is the best deal during celebration. So be sure to check that out. And like I said, if you have any questions about the join option, I would love for you to reach out to me. Okay, I feel a little bit out of sorts in that I wanted on Saturday my Coffee and Create with Brenda lives that I come to you live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. here on Facebook. And then if you're not able to join me, I upload to YouTube, which I will do for today as well. But this is not an original idea or layout to me. I saw the demonstrator, her name is Amy Rich, is who did these initially. But as you saw on the celebration add-ons, they put in that whole big 12 by 12 pack of paper. It's called Enjoy the Journey. The paper is absolutely gorgeous. And I wanted to show you, look at all these cards I made this morning, just like bing, bing. And I can kind of lay some out for you to see. I have not put sentiments on these yet. So, but seriously, and then, you know, the paper is really pretty on the back side too. So this layout that I'm going to show you is really, really easy. And we'll decorate up a few of these during the live. But I first of all, whoops, those are the same. I first of all just wanted to show you how beautiful these layouts are. And honest, maybe an hour and a half to make like over 40 cards from one pack of designer series paper. And here's the thing with this. Do you see when you open it up, you get to see the pretty back side of the paper too. So let's make one, and then we'll start looking at some other patterns too. I want to share with you, this is coming March 1st. It's the first of 3 online exclusives. Stampin' Up! Is going to be doing a new thing this year called online exclusives. These products will never hit a catalog. They are for online orders only, or I shouldn't say online orders. They're only going to be marketed online. I can help you place your order if you are not an online shopper. So if you see this today and you're like, Brenda, I want that, March 1st is the first day of ordering for this suite of products, okay? All right, look at, these are the Hello Irresistible papers. I showed you those last week. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I picked out this pattern that we're going to use to make the card right now. And I have a half a sheet of paper. So this is 8.5 by 5.5. And of course, an envelope. I'm going to move this off to the side. I'm going to bring in my trimmer. I think I would like to zoom in just a little. There we go. Sorry, touched the wrong thing. I was trying to zoom in and I went to a different app. So it'll pop back up here in just a second. There we go. Sorry. All right, our trimmer. I'm going to bring both the cutting tool and the scoring tool down to midpoint here. I'm going to take our half sheet of cardstock and I'm going to put it at the 5.25 inch mark here. I'm going to take the cutting blade and I'm going to cut. And so we have this extra piece, which will be fine. We'll see that here in a minute. You guys, if you're on and if you would just please say, oh, good. Oh, Renee, gotcha. How are you, girl? All right, I'm going to move this edge over to the 1 inch mark. And then I'm going to take my scoring blade and just score. All right, set that aside. Now, here's that pretty paper I was telling you about. And is what I want to do with this is I'm going to cut this at 5.25. So, cut. And then I want to cut it at the 4 inch mark. So I'm going to cut. Okay. Set this piece aside. So 4 by 5.25. And then I'm going to take and flip this over. This is that piece we just cut off. I'm going to put this at the 3/4 inch mark using the right hand measurements here. Whenever I have something like an inch or under, I like using that side. So this little piece is 3/4 by 5.25. All right, these are our extras, but remember, I don't like any naked envelopes here at Create with Brenda, so we'll use that to decorate up our envelope. All right, let's bring in our card base. And remember, bumpy side up, you fold toward the bumpy. Bring in my bone folder and just give that a really good crease. And for this one, I like to use liquid glue. Oh, Renee, I'm so glad that you're doing well. Yay. All right, I'm going to put this just centered on that 1 inch flap, okay? So we'll push that down and just give that a minute. And while that's drying, I'm going to bring in this gorgeous paper. Now this is smooth. It looks like it's white embossed, but it's not. It just has the appearance. It's smooth paper. And I'm going to center that inside my card base, just like that. And then I'm going to take my glue and very carefully, I'm not going to go all the way up to the edge and I'm not going to go all the way down to the other edge either. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in the center. I'm going to fold it down and give it a crease. And there we have our card. Isn't it pretty? Don't you love it with that you can use both sides of your paper? Because whenever I look at papers, I'm just like, I know, Renee, the paper seriously is gorgeous. And it comes available on March 1st. It's a 6x6 pack, 48 sheets of paper. It's stunning. All right. And I have a feeling, I know, you hate to say buy it right away, but it is a limited supply. So it's while supplies last, and we all know how that's been since COVID. So just heed the warning. Okay. So our card. Now let's figure out what we want to do to decorate this little baby up, okay? All right. I've got some great sentiments here. This is part of the bundle called Something Fancy. And remember, we had that little leftover piece. So is what I want to do is I want to pick, I think this looks like a really good, kind of a thank you card, don't you? So this sentiment that's in here is called, it says, grateful for the everyday magic of you. How cool is that? And I'm just going to, whoops, sorry, I dropped it, get an acrylic block. And I think I'm going to use Memento Black ink. No, you know what would be really cool with this? And I was not prepared. Well, I'm going to do this because I'm not prepared for the thought I just had, and I'll do it on a different card. But I'm going to ink this up, tapping lightly on my ink pad, placing it down on my scrap paper. Count to 5 so that we have time for the ink to penetrate the paper. And there we have our sentiment. And I know I've said it before, but I'm really a sucker for when there's printed font and then scripty font. Here are the beautiful dies that match the Something Fancy. And is what I'm liking for this is like this shape. And then if we wanted to, we could bring in a little bit of the Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to bring in just a scrap of that. And here is that boho blue mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss. And this is available only for the join option until February 28th. So if it's something that you're like, I love the blue, now's the time. You can see that this is a small opening. About 3.5 inches is tops. So I'm going to cut this out. And we'll just get our little plates moving through. There's one. Big popping noises with those plates, that's normal. So there's our yellow. And now let's take the one with our sentiment. And you'll see how nice these layer on top of each other. I just want to make sure that I don't cut my sentiment off. And I was trying to get it as centered as I could on there. And now we'll go through again. All right. So that should do it for us. And then you can see this little mini comes with the cutting plates that you see and the embossing plate. And then it just folds up, and look at that's, I mean, compact and really, really nice for not taking up a lot of space on your oh yeah, Renee, they do look watercolory. They're very pastel. And then they have, you know, like when you white heat emboss, but it's not. That's just the way the paper is printed. It is so pretty. Okay, I'm going to Renee, you should private message me your mailing address. I'll send this to you. All right, just for commenting and because we finally caught up with each other. So let's do it. Private message me your mailing address and I'll send this out to you. It'll go out in tomorrow's mail because of course it's President's Day and there's no mail today, right? All right, so I'm gonna take the backings off my little dimensionals. And look, I'm just going to, let's see, I think I'm gonna put it down here at the bottom. At first I felt like it interfered too much with the print, but I really kind of like it there. And then hold on, it gets better. They have some coordinating little loose frosted dots. Now, the only thing that could be better about this is if they were adhesive backed, but we have a take your pick tool, which make things very nice. And I'm just gonna add some really small dots of glue. And then let's pick out some of these pretties. I want to do a yellow for sure, because we've kind of gone with the yellow. Let's take the Flirty Flamingo, being that's the contrast paper. And let's grab one of these pretty peacock colors. And did you hear me? Pretty peacock, it's coming back, and so is Lost Lagoon. Those are retired colors that they're bringing back, and I'm so excited. So there, that just added just a little bit of sparkle. But how fun is that? Grateful for the everyday magic of you. And that's a perfect card for you, Renee, because I really am grateful for you. All right, so if you want to stick around, I see I've got a few people on. I'm going to show you, I have a whole bunch of these card bases cut and scored. And I know with Celebration that you guys all have, you have plenty of paper, because that was one of the choices with your $50 in product. You could choose free paper. So this Day at the Farm is still available, and all I'm doing is the same thing, that 3/4 inch strip, and this looks like chicken wire. It's on the back of the chickens, of course. And then I'm just going to take my glue again and give it just a little bit of, and I love this. Love, love, love how these look. So I'm just making up a bunch of cards using up my free designer series paper. But look how cute. Cute, 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 right? And then the other thing too that I'm all about is no naked envelopes. So I'm just going to put some adhesive right on the score line on my flap. And because I have all of this fantastic paper to use up in just a week before it retires and goes away, why not make some cards, right? And start sending them out frantically to people. All right, so I don't know, well, Renee, I know you don't have it going on, but we have lots of snow forecast. Well, I shouldn't say lots of snow. We have many days in a row of forecasted snowfall. And if it happens the way they're saying, by the end of the week, we should have an additional 10 to 12 inches of snow here. It's like, yuck. I'm sick of snow. I'm sick of winter. Let's move on, right? And get ourselves some little chicks. All right. So, see how we get to love on that paper on the inside? And I'll make some more labels with these, but I just kind of wanted you to see how quick and easy these cards go together. So I've got this one that kind of looks like netting, and that's the back of, again, A Day on the Farm. And that was one of your choices with a $50 purchase, that you get a free pack of the Day on the Farm paper. And look how cute this is, with the little cows and the chickens and the farm fields. Love, love, love. So again, I'm just going to center it on my base, add my adhesive, glue it down. How cute, right? What is your base dimension? Is that what you're asking, Nancy? Base? Here, I'll give you those again. Give me just a second. We're gonna bring in our envelope flap. And just putting this down, using my envelope flap as my template. I'm just gonna cut around. Nancy, you're gonna love this layout, because you know how we were talking about how beautiful that Hello Irresistible paper is? This allows us to use both the front and the backs of our paper. Sorry, I forgot to zoom back out. Okay, so Nancy, here's the scoop. This is the flap for the envelope that measures 2.5 by 6. This little piece on the side is 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then this is 4 by 5 1/4. And our card base is 5 1/4 by 5 1/2. And is how you're going to remember that is you want your card base, right, to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 for a standard A2 envelope. So just add an inch for this flap. So 4 1/4 plus an inch is 5 1/4 by 5 1/2, scored at 1. All right, and I'll put all of the measurements down below on YouTube, okay? All right, so let's just see. Let's just do a couple more of these, because if you want to, you can stay on. If not, you can drop off. You've got the measurements and whatnot. But I just wanted you to see like how fun and seriously how different all of these cards look with just the different paper. All right, so we've got that one. I'm not going to do the envelope right now for this one, because you guys all get how the envelope goes together. But how cute is that, right? All right, All right, enough with, well, I want to do one more of the papers from Day on the Farm because I think this one's going to be really, really cute. And I haven't done it yet. So let's try it. And then I'll move to the favored flowers because that one I can pretty much guarantee is going to be gorgeous. All right, I'm going to add this little yellow and white stripe. That's what's on the back of that vegetable paper. So we get the yellow and the white. And then we're going to center this in and add our glue. Remember not to go out to the edges because our paper is short by 1/4 of an inch. So just a little bit in the center, just enough to hold it in place. And ta-da! And look how cute. All right, so we'll skip the envelope on that one, but I'm going to give that one a yellow flap. All right, let's move on to these florals because these I'm seriously thinking are going to be stunning. So I'm going to bring in my base again, 5.5 by 5 1/4 scored at 1. I'm going to add the pale pink. And this is the back for, I got these mixed up, but that's okay. That is the back of this floral piece. So I'm going to add just on the 1-inch strip there. Who else do I have on? I've got, Nancy and Renee and I don't know who all. I can see I've got people on. I just don't know who unless you say something. All right, I'm going to add that. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how pretty. And if you wanted to, it could go this way too. Gorgeous. I love, love, love this paper. And I hope that they bring something like that back in the annual catalog because it's been a winner. Oh, Renee, that is so sweet. You made the hollyberry card, yay. I love that you're a card maker because you make some beautiful, beautiful journals too. Fun, fun, fun. You and my friend Dina, our friend Dina, right? All right, look at this. Okay, we've all seen this, right? It's all over on Pinterest, the favored flowers. And then on the back side, it has this beautiful paper. So let's try this. Should we go this way? I kind of like that. And then put the sentiment. I'm going to switch it up this time. I'm going to put the flowers on the little strip. I don't know if there really is a right way or a wrong way, but I felt like I needed to flip that. There's that. Then we're going to center our piece. Just like that. Add our glue. Put it down. You guys, I can see this this layout coming in very, very handy. Now look at when I open that. So pretty on the inside, right? I know, Renee, that's the beautiful part about this layout is they're fast. I mean, seriously fast. And depending upon how you decorate them, like this one that I'm going to send to you, I just kept it really simple, but yet I feel like it's pretty, you know? All right, and I think this is the last that I have cut out of the favored flowers paper. I didn't do any with the dainty flowers. Now I know we all have it in our stash, so go get it and try it. I just didn't want to show it, being that you can no longer get that paper. It has sold out. So I'm going to put this one. I want the pattern, not the flowers, on my little tab here. There we go. And then I'm going to lay this down. And with the black on here, it's really going to make our white borders pop. Kind of like on the paper that I was telling you that's on Celebration, the Enjoy the Journey paper. I'll bring those back in just a second so you can see those too. But so there we have that one. Pretty. And if you wanted to, you could die cut one of these flowers or fussy cut the flower and even have that on the inside of these. Maybe I'll try that and I'll post some pictures later. Okay, so let me bring these back in if you did not see these. I have the I forget what the actual bundle is called, shame on me, but it goes with this suite of products. So these, I want to use the lantern die out of Lighting the Way. I think that will be just stunning. And these, I felt like they just lent to themselves with that white moon in the background. And then on the inside, you just have the pink paper. These with the mountains, right? But the ones that I really wanted to show you, I cannot find. And this, oh, here. It's just like the other one with that moon. I just think they're gorgeous. And if you didn't want to cut a label, you literally could stamp right on the card itself. So remember, the Enjoy the Journey paper is free with a $50 product purchase, but only for another week. Celebration ends on the 28th. All right. That, my friends, is all I have for you today. So until next time, bye for now.